Hello. It's 2 a.m. So I'm gonna be a little bit quiet. Maybe even whisper because I don't want to wake anyone up. Um, I don't think they can hear me even if I talk normally. But yeah. So I have a new mic position. I got a recommendation from a friend, so I'm trying it out. Maybe it's like much better sound. Who knows? So I wrote 568 words today. It's over 500, which is nice. It's over 500. So I did finish my goal. 500 a day ish. I thought yesterday that it could have been some sort of exponential growth, writing more and more because I'm getting more into the headspace, but apparently not. Maybe I'm too early into it. Maybe after a few months of doing this, I might be more used to it. But these 500 words aren't really my best work. They are pretty bad, to be honest. I'm trying to think if there's a part I could read. Maybe here. I wrote so the last chapter or last part I wrote or read to you was about the main character plowing snow or something. I don't really remember. I don't really remember. So this is a few days after that big snowstorm. Yeah, I can read this part here. Right, I will say the last names because I've written a bracket since I don't actually know their last name yet and I don't want to force anything, so I'm just going to say the last names to emphasize that they speak of their last name and not the first names. So, all right. Nico has something on his mind. Beginning quote, start quote. The last names are heading to Camella tomorrow and ask us to watch over Darla until they are back. He asks, but I know he's already agreed to it. Right, begin quote, you already agreed, didn't you? End quote. I inquire with a smirk of suspicion. Maybe, but it's fine, right? He knows I won't protest. Nico responds. He knows I won't protest, and I confirm by nodding my head. My eyes glance towards the outside, where the white snow follows the wind, swirling and moving towards something. The last names won't leave for Camella unless this storm settles, which usually happens during the night. For some reason, mornings are almost always calm and peaceful here. Some storms last for days, but those are ones you can tell from afar are approaching. Big storms aren't inconspicuous. Nico moves closer to me and I forget my train of thought. Do you think we could take Darla into the forest? He begs of me. Usually I'm against it, and he probably expects a no. The big snowstorm went away earlier today. The currents outside are leftovers from it. That means most animals haven't returned, at least not the dangerous ones. Begin quotes. Yes, I think that will be possible. Unfortunately, I will have to join you. I respond, end quote. I respond after a few seconds, which clearly surprised Nico until his surprise turns into a smile. Oh no, you have to join us. He hits back with a grin. Begin quotes. With the void of animals, we could walk further this time, or perhaps the path up the mountain. I don't think Darla's been there yet. We could show her the statues of the gods if you want. I try to hold back my excitement, but knowing Nico, it's always futile. His face tells me that I'm a lot easier to read than I hope. Sure, that sounds like a plan, he smiles back. Let's hope Darla shares the same interest in the gods as you do. He murmurs to himself, but loud enough for me to hear as well. Hey, they are badass, and it doesn't hurt to know about them if they are real. I return with, but before lightly pushing him. And then that's kind of where it trails off. I like that part, or at least what I'm trying to convey with it. It's 5 minutes. While writing this, I kind of noticed that I haven't really given it much thought. The parts of a book that's not highlighted, and with highlighted I mean the parts that no one talks about, kind of, because I haven't really touched on the environment around their village. I haven't brought up any characters from before last chapter, and I feel like the world to the reader is kind of revealed part after part, which could be nice. Some people might prefer that. First chapter you get a few characters, the next chapter you get a bit of the environment, the next chapter you get some in-depth description of some characters, maybe some behavior they do or something, so to not overwhelm the reader. But if you, as I've done, kind of withhold descriptions of stuff to focus on something maybe more important, the reader might have trouble, sort of envisioning what you're trying to paint, what picture you're trying to paint. And when I rewatch this, when the story is complete, I will probably go back to almost every chapter. Well, from now on, I kind of know, and I will probably write differently, but the chapters before the one I'm writing now, which is chapter 4, so 1 to 4, those 4 chapters, and probably for future ones, I should revisit and kind of add more descriptions of environments, characters' appearances, environment, stuff like that. I think that would be good. Yeah. I had this one idea. In the first chapter, the guy fights this warthog before the big storm comes. And then when he wins the fight, the storm, because it's a snowstorm, becomes this haze around him, a shroud. And he becomes disoriented, can't find his way back home. He uses this eyepiece. It's a pair of goggles that they have in this world to navigate through these snowstorms, because these goggles have a filter that it dims all light except one specific light bulb, kind of. And so what that does is, when they have these goggles on, they can see these light bulbs, which hunters and explorers use to mark out a path. And the bulbs aren't small, right? It's like this big thing caged in iron that they loop around a tree. And then when you have the goggles on with the filter, you go to one light, look around to the next, That's something I could include, because I haven't. And I thought, like, those descriptions that kind of reveal the world while still being obvious to the main character, that could be really nice. Because I really want to avoid exposition. I think that's the right term. When I, as the writer or author, explain something to the reader, because it doesn't make sense that the character talks about it, right? I really dislike that. And so what I want to try to achieve is that every sort of explanation or description of stuff is... Oh, my screen stepped. Yeah. Need a white light. So every description and explanation and stuff, I want to be or feel natural, which is why I haven't really explained how the eyepiece works yet, or with the filter and all that, because the main character knows it. So the best way to explain it in a way that would make sense is for a young person maybe to ask about it. There's this character Darla, right? A child of a family within the village. She might go, "Oh, what are those?" And then he can go, "Oh, these are these name goggles. They work like this, blah blah." Which is usually how people do it. And sometimes it's really obvious. Sometimes it fits pretty well. So we'll see. 11 minutes, perfect. These are usually 12 minutes long, and I might keep it to that because I know it's funny if all of these are 12 minutes long. I don't really edit them, so I can just be quiet for a minute and yeah. I would like to write other stuff as well and maybe talk about them. I have a few movie ideas or short films that I want to write a script for. So I might do that. If I take a break from this at some point, I don't want to take a break from writing in general, so I might just for a week write on something else, talk about that, and then go back to this. We'll see. We'll see. Or I'll see. But yeah, 500 more words, pretty solid. Right, because I'm recording this at 2 a.m. It's technically New Year's Eve. I'm sorry, I'm looking at myself. This is the camera. It's technically New Year's Eve, so to anyone watching, Happy New Year's. It's not New Year's for me because I haven't slept yet. I will now. But yeah, Happy New Year's Eve. Take care, guys. See ya. Bye bye.